For any fans out there, this is my first time recording this game on Match Air Traffic Controller. Shit, it has to start all over again. I have no idea why. But I am trying to play this game. I've had it since I downloaded it for some time now, a while ago. And I've been doing great. I just would like the developers to release the new updates. We wonder when they will be. I wrote them twice already, maybe 3 times via email, but I have never gotten a response from them, nor have we seen any new news from them for updates for the new upcoming update this year of 2017. The last update they did was October, and I would really like to see a new update for this game. It's a fun game. It just has to have some better updates, a lot of fixing on the city landscape, the airplane machinery, you know how it works, the flaps, the air rolls, when landing, when taking off. They done a very good job on the last update for sure. Let's hope that the recording continues. But overall, I would say the last update was great, but it needs a lot more work, especially the city landscape, the way the airplane lands, the shadows when it lands, when it takes off, the lighting. It would be nice to see people inside the airplane when entering the airplane cabin. It would be nice to see pilots on the airplane, because we don't see any pilots. You know, it looks dark from outside. A very good improvement on the airplane cabin. You know, all the buttons and all the stuff will be very nice. I have no idea why I chose this Iberia ATR 42 when I did not want to choose any ATRs, only the MD-80s and the F-100s. I usually choose the A320s. I stopped using the 737s. At this time I took off the 767s off the grid as well. I left all of the big birds. I took off the MD-11s, either cargo or passenger. I left the 767s on, 777s, A330s, 747s, and MD, what do you call it? F-100s and the MD-80s. So this is my first time recording the game once again. Game is fun, addictive, but it dries the heck out of the battery. So I don't know how long my battery will last me, honestly, because it's really low. I got it at 6%, so most likely my battery is going to dry out in some time, because the phone is beginning to act really slow now. Right now it's almost midnight here. But honestly, the game details of the airplanes is great. It just needs a lot more, that's all. I think I think about the freight planes, all of them, particularly the 747s, the MD-11s. They look dirty. They need to be upgraded. They need to be cleansed. I would really like to see more, like the baggage carts. I would really like to see the people, loading the baggage, because honestly, the carts are empty. I see no baggage in there. Not a lot of people, dealing with baggage, except for the cargo planes. They have the cool lifts that show in reality. That's about the best thing I can see on the cargo planes. It would be nice if they add more planes or cross landing strips, or they can improve the airports altogether. Inside of the airports, I think they did a great job, excellent job. Maybe they should put some more different music. I think I can hear some crazy music inside the airports of the new ones. I don't know if you guys pay attention, those of you who play, but you will know what I'm telling you when you focus your view into the inside the airport. But me playing this game, I have basically have gone on playing. I had a few accidents with airplanes, and sometimes I ended up like wasting all of the money, up to maybe 24,000 coins, because sometimes I get careless. Sometimes I have a lot of heavy traffic on planes. I'm trying to keep all my planes organized, by gate number, depending on descending or ascending order as they leave, as they arrive. I like to keep my things organized once all the planes begin to leave the terminals. That's how I like to keep my gameplay. 5810 is on final runway 25. Like for example, an Iberia Regional just left. An Iberia Regional is landing. Now a Delta 757 is backing away. I hope you guys are watching in the game the live feed of the airplanes. Honestly, this is the best air traffic controller game I've ever seen, in perfect working harmony and detail. You can even see, guys, the engines rotating on all airplanes. If you actually focus with the binoculars on the plane, you can actually see it working. Probably I talk too much, but anyways, I really like to give my feedback, and I'm quite sure every other gamer out there playing this game, I'm quite sure you guys have a lot to say, and I'm with you guys 100%. The game is great, but it needs more work, a lot more work. I really hope the game developer is conscient about our demands, our requests, and I hope that once I load this gameplay, I hope that he sees it, because Google honestly they have done a great thing by adding the recording of the game, which is awesome. I think it will grab the more attention of the not only gamers of the game, the fans, but also the developers. I think they want to see that type of feedback, and I hope they do. Honestly, I hope they do. I really hope they do have a cloud save of the game, in case the game gets lost or the data gets lost. Just like it happened to me, I resetted the phone to factory resets, and I lost everything. Of all the levels, unfortunately, I'm not able to recover it, because I used to have it in my old email, my old Google account, I can say the Google account instead, and I don't think I'm able to recover it anymore. Not even through Google Play anymore. I don't know how. But I wish I could recover everything that I have done, all the progress. But as we see here is the ATR Regional Iberia coming in. I've already assigned it a gate, I believe. And I'm just, waiting for the other planes as well. And the battery is at 6%.
7, 4, 5, 3, ready for takeoff. Runway 25. 7, 4, 5, 3, cleared for takeoff. Runway 25.
Simple. This is the focus view on the plane. The cockpit, as you can see, you guys. It needs a little more work. And the things need to be more highlighted, more crisp, more realistic to make it look better. This is the wing view, but you can see the flaps are not sliding down. As I was pointing early, we can see it more clearly on the left side. You can see it on the right side. I mean, the details are there, but it's just that the flaps don't move down when the airplane goes up and when it comes down. It would be great to see those things. I wish these guys could add the new 747s with the the Dreamliner wing design, as well for the 777s, and of course the 787 Dreamliner itself. It would be nice if they also could add across the other side of the valley a Air Force, perhaps an Air Force landing site. And across another cross opposite landing strip. I hate this battery crap. This cord that I bought, it was working well, but it's not connecting. It's loose now. It's causing me problems. And the battery charger that I have is not charging fast because the game consumes a lot of battery life. But I'll continue to play it probably until the battery is dead, so I hope it charges quickly. Let's hope. Because I have a good charger, a speed charger. Yeah, this thing keeps on giving me the stupid message, battery low. But anyways, let's enjoy. I guess the map, the radar map, that they put on the terminal is useful. Damn, the battery is going to 4% now. I think the battery is gonna die on me. I think another aspect that these developers need to work on, once again, is the body of the airplanes. I read many of the replies, the comments on the comment section of the game, and it is true. For example, the tail, like the end of the 777, is the same as the Airbus A330. When in fact the tail, the end of the 777 should be flat and sharp. That's how in reality it is. I think that's one small aspect that I noticed because I know my airplanes as well. It would be nice if they can probably add more to the terminals, probably increase the airport size and the terminals. I think they did a good job with the last update, adding a new two extra terminals or three, I believe. I think they did very good. I think just it needs more. Otherwise, the game is great.
3036 is on final runway 25. 3036, clear to land runway 25.
There's another one pulling out. The good thing that I like, guys, about playing of those airports with a single landing strip is that those planes, they leave quickly and they come quickly. It's not like the other two big airports, the new update, that it takes a while for airplanes to come down and for airplanes to leave. It's only after most of the airplanes have gone or one side of the terminal is empty, then all of the airplanes began to land one after the other. And I think my advice where to make the most money, once again, is on the single runway airports and on the double runway airport of the first ones. The new ones is gonna take a while, but this is what I've noticed. And there goes 747. I think that one of the comments I read from one of the fans and players was if they can include the reverse, I forget what it's called, reverse thrust on the airplanes, especially I think when they are landing. And another thing that I would love to see improved is after the planes land is to hear the tires screeching when it lands, and I would like to see the trail of fuel that the plane leaves when it's landing, and after it lands, the vortex of air that it creates, that pushes to the side. I would like to see that improved. It'll be very nice. It just went up to 5% just now. It's charging, but it's going slow. This game takes a lot of battery juice. Since I started playing it just now, my phone was at 70% at least. Now it's at 5%. A good technique, guys, in order for you to speed up things quickly, is usually what I like to do is whenever I keep a track, I keep an eye on my roster of airplanes on the terminals, and I see the ones that are very close in boarding. There may be something there may be two, maybe another one, a third one may follow them, but I keep an eye on those. And sometimes I like to wait when one is done and another one is following. I like to wait until both of those are finished so that I can release them at the same time. However, if two planes are on the same terminal, either A, B, or C, I use that same technique. I use the same technique. I wait. For example, if both planes are next to each other, A1 or A2 or A1 or A3 or A1, 3, and 5, for example, I release first A1, then A3, then A5, for example. If all of those three are ready to pull out, I release A1, A3, A5 by numerical order. Why? Because this, if you guys do that, it prevents crashes. It prevents crashes. And it's a very smart way. I mean, also, you guys also, you have to keep in mind and keep track of any airplanes of the same type landing in or waiting for gates. Sometimes, whenever I have like two planes or one plane following another one, and there's another airplane that's coming into the same terminal, for example, the A320s, they come into Terminal 1. I love to put them all in Terminal 1, the small ones, from A320, A737s, the MD-80s, the F-100s, ATR 42s. I like to put them on Terminal 1. ATR 42s, they only go in 1. They cannot go in Terminal B. But I like to highlight that if you have an airplane, for example, an A320, waiting for a gate, and you have one airplane or two airplanes, backing away or pushing back from Terminal 1, it is better that you leave that airplane waiting rather than assigning it a gate and then they come nose to nose and the level fails because of that. Delays, I would not mind doing an airplane being delayed. It happened to me that I had probably like up to 5 airplanes delayed because my terminals were all full and the process of boarding is very slow. It takes time. So this is an advice for you guys, the players. I hope that you guys like it. Give me your thumbs up. Give me your opinions. Hopefully I'll post this in YouTube if I can. I don't know whether anyone has ever posted this type of videos before. My phone is so slow right now because the battery is really slow. My battery is at 6% right now. And that's because the game is draining the battery life. You guys can hear that it's really slow.
752 heavy is on final runway 25752 heavy clear to land runway 25.
So Boeing 757 freight from TNT is landing and another plane from the terminal A1 is pulling out. Sometimes that happens. It's unavoidable. Sometimes, I have to point this out too, I like to do this. It's a trick. It can cause you trouble though. Sometimes whenever I have maybe more than 2 airplanes waiting in line to take off, and it is announced that another plane is landing,
Seven, ready to taxi.
it's announcing that another plane is landing,
Roger.
what I like to do is that if I have enough time, I be sure that before that other plane lands, I keep an eye on that plane to see where it is, on the distance. And if I have time to let 2 planes go immediately, I don't let them wait. I'll just put them take off, and then since the other one is close to it, I just put take off. Sometimes I'm gonna have a very close call. Sometimes my second plane is gonna take off while the other one is coming up close. I mean, if you guys are lucky enough, fortunate enough, hopefully it's not gonna make you fail the level. Sometimes I've seen it happen. You're gonna have that plane taking off and the other one close landing in as well. So close. I wish I had recorded those instances, You guys will be amazed how good I've gotten into this game. But right now everything is low. All the terminals are full, and but I just have to wait until one by one they are released. Right now I'm gonna get the British Airways 757F to pull out. For example, the 757 TNT just got into the gate. So since I don't have any other plane right now, I'm gonna assign it a gate before that other one C2 comes out. The good, man. Sometimes you're gonna have to be stuck, but you gotta be careful, especially when pushing back the cargo planes. You guys have to keep an eye.
Ready for takeoff. Runway 25.
You guys have to keep an eye, a close eye. Man, I have no battery life. Wow. You guys have to keep an eye whenever a cargo plane has already entered, into the terminal, and when you have another cargo plane pushing back, ready to move. You guys got to be careful in that, because that also can create problems and can make your level fail. As you can see, guys, right now that British Air 757 is going to pull out, but you can see that C3 is empty.
4268 is on final runway 25.
Right now I have an MD-80 landing. And as you can see over there, I have the 757 freight TNT also pulling in. I'll focus on it, where is it? Right there. I really love the details on the planes, but they really need to improve the details more, to make it better. So right now, since this one is pulling in, I'm just gonna wait until he's in the terminal lane to be able to pull out the British Air. God damn battery, man. For example, you guys will see it pulling in. I can probably turn the camera, and it's right there. Let's let it rotate. I hate this crap. So it's already pulling in, right? Right now, I'm gonna back up that plane because I know that airplane is coming in. I hope I don't have any problems when that plane is pulling in. because this one is gonna turn around as well. So I think I just released it prematurely, but let's hope it doesn't create an incident. But I think I have enough space between both airplanes.
268, attached to the gate.
See, this one is pulling in. Also, you guys, before, for example, like right now, I'm checking the gate, availability. So A1, 3, and 4 are available, right? Let's cancel that. Oh man, I hate this battery. Before you guys decide to assign a gate to that plane, for example, click on any airplane that is on terminal A, or click on A2 for example. It's gonna show me that there is no airplane pulled back before I can send that other plane into that gate. So you guys be sure you look into that. Now I'm gonna assign the MD-80, and this is how I do it. So I have 1, 2, 3. Oh man, the battery is dying on me. So I'm gonna put it on A3 because already A2 is taken. So I like to follow orders, If I put it on A3, then probably A2 will pull out. Maybe A5 will pull out as well. So I'll put it on A1. I like to put it in alphabetical order. Because A2, I can see that A2. Oh man, the battery is gonna die on me, guys. This one, the battery is dying on me.